Any thoughts, Professor Einstein? Who is right? Shapley? Hubble? Where lies the edge of our universe?
We will always be in awe of the good Lord's handiwork as we penetrate the cosmos to unimaginable distances. Well, you would like to keep God out of the debate, I presume.
I presume that we should leave God out of our debate.
I beg to differ. The Creator cannot be separate from his creation.
For God's sake, this is going to be a science debate. If you want religion, go to church.
Yes, it is quite clear you wish to appear as an atheist by destroying God and heaven. Yet, I believe deep down you are a religious man, by which I mean you have absolute faith. Faith that your thought will lead you to find the order in all things, and thus to the guiding hand of God.
Why do I need faith? I have my science.
Just calm down, you two. It's all right. Professor Einstein, what are your thoughts about religion?
My religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals himself in the faint details that we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble minds.
Let's get back to science. Any hints as to what is the correct scale for the size of our universe, Professor Einstein? The Milky Way? The distant nebulae?
All the views I have heard on the subject are very interesting and amusing. it would appear that the contestants grope around in the fog, grab particular parts of the proverbial elephant and attempt to describe what they see, each in their own limited way.
Well, I do hope the fog will clear tomorrow.
Einstein wins the Nobel Prize. He gives all the prize money to his first wife. Adolf Hitler leads the Nazi Party in an unsuccessful coup in an attempt to gain control of Germany's political landscape.
I'm lost in the night, holding the light of my love.
How do you like my my revolutionary celestial desk, Cecilia? Everything in the universe rotates, so my desk rotates as well.
As long as those planets and papers don't go flying off. Can we talk about my thesis topic now, sir?
We do have a vast collection of plates. That should prove a lush resource for all kinds of fascinating questions. Perhaps you should tackle those.
You want me to stare at millions of photographs?
Look, Pickering ran the observatory like an absolute monarch. He never let a woman near a
And
telescope.
now that he is gone, I was thinking about searching the skies for a nearby Cepheid variable to find the distance with more standard methods. Your calibration of distant Cepheid variables is a breakthrough, sir. But if I may be so bold as to say, it is rather indirect.
I don't know, Cecilia. Telescope work is brutal labor. We'd have to send you to South America, all by yourself. I'd miss your pretty face around here. What if you work with a theoretical physicist from Belgium, George Lemaitre? He's going to lock horns with Einstein.
Mathematics is hardly my forte, sir. Why don't I draft a proposal?
Don't go just yet. George, hello. How do you like my rotating galaxy for ideas?
It's most appropriate for our new Copernicus.
I want to introduce you to our first female graduate student, Cecilia Payne. Meet Father George Lemaitre.
Lemaitre.
I stole her from Mount Wilson.
Finally, a woman at Harvard. You face an uphill battle. Your colleagues will be looking for equal mathematic and scientific brainpower. What is it you will work on this time?
I hope to complete what Leavitt was not allowed to.
Ah, Cepheid variables. An excellent choice. I had the honor to meet Miss Leavitt in Chicago. Oh, her passing is a big loss to astronomy. May God rest her soul.
And may I ask about your interest in astronomy, Father?
Lemaitre is hoping to understand God through Einstein. We sat next to the great master right before the debate.
He looked like he stepped out of the fourth dimension. I was on cloud nine. I know what I am about to say is blasphemy, but I was swept away with his grand ambition to discover how God created the universe.
I see the scientist has overpowered the priest.
Perhaps. Yet I cannot help asking how any man can hope to understand the mind of God, even Einstein.
May I inquire why you became a priest?
For me, life without religion is empty and meaningless. Religious voices surrounded my childhood. Religion has always spoken to my heart. It provided great hope and comfort during the horrors of war.
George survived the German poison gas attacks on Belgium.
It was indeed a miracle.
Now Einstein is going to lead him down the path to God's truth. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or anything.
Let's just say I am taking a close look at the cosmological consequences of Einstein's work.
And what have you found?
I believe there is a serious problem with Einstein's theory of gravity.
Now that's blasphemy. A priest trying to prove Einstein wrong. I must hear this.
I tried to bring it to his attention at a conference in Brussels, but I was brushed aside. Now, I would really like to publish my findings from Harvard. Or
I
perhaps
doubt if a Harvard publication will make any difference at all to anything Einstein declares. Still, I'm dying to know how you think Einstein could have gone wrong.
You see, under his latest theory, the universe will eventually collapse with the inescapable pull of gravity. In order to counteract such calamity, Einstein deliberately altered his pure equations and introduced a constant, which he calls the cosmological constant.
Like brakes to stop a train in its tracks.
Exactly, a kind of anti-gravity.
Didn't Newton face the same problem?
For Newton, the only remedy was divine intervention. God is always necessary to create a harmonious universe and to maintain a stable state.
So Einstein's cosmological constant is his way of putting in divine intervention, which should be right up your alley.
Except that I do not believe we need mathematical theories to prove the existence of God.
I don't understand you. You should be jumping at this. Einstein has found the hand of God in making the universe stable.
I cannot, in good conscience, grasp at such opportunities. I believe that scientific theories about a collapsing or a stable universe must be judged exclusively on their physical merit. We must stay away from our metaphysical interpretations.
Collapsing universe, stable universe. You theorists, only better observation can shed more light on such thorny questions.
And now that you have left the best telescopes, how is that ever going to happen?
I have great confidence in my friend von Manen.
And there's Hubble. I'm still thinking of
You
working
leave
with Hubble to
Hubble
find...
out of this. He'll never amount to much.
He seems to have risen to your former position, sir. I wasn't sure when to tell you this, but Hubble sent a letter a few days ago. We were so busy setting up your new office, I thought it better to wait for an appropriate moment.
Certainly. There's no hurry, especially if it's from Hubble. This should be very entertaining. Can you read it out loud for us?
February 19th, 1924. Dear Dr. Shapley, you will be interested to hear that I have found a Cepheid variable in the Andromeda Nebula. He includes a picture.
Look at that. First he marks N for nova, then he crosses it out and writes in VAR, presumably for variable brightness star, You see how he's always changing his mind. He should have become a lawyer like his father told him. Go on, Cecilia.
In the last 5 months, I have netted 9 novae and 2 variables. One of the variables has a period of 31 days. Using your data, this gives me a distance to the Andromeda Nebula of 1,000,000 light years. You can fit 3 of your Milky Way galaxies in the empty space between Andromeda and the Milky Way.
Humbug. He is clearly ignorant of the subtleties of calculating Cepheids. Is that all?
Hubble continues. I have a feeling that more Cepheid variables will be found. Grace and I are planning to stop by Cambridge on our way to our honeymoon. I hope you can find some time to look over our findings. I am eager to show them.
1,000,000 light years. Preposterous! The entire Milky Way galaxy is no more than 300,000 light years across. He should have learned that from the debate.
Can the Andromeda Nebula truly lie far beyond our galaxy?
Never. It's just poor photographic technique, especially if Hubble developed it. Right back to Hubble for me. Dear Hubble, your letter about variable brightness stars in the Andromeda Nebula was the most entertaining piece of literature I have read for a long time. If you had bothered to read my papers on calibrating Cepheids, you would know that Cepheids with periods of greater than 20 days are not dependable as distance indicators. I hope to see corrected results on your visit.
Still, it's intriguing.
Look, Helen Van Manen will set him straight. Send a copy of my letter to them, too. Cecilia, can you take George on a tour of our campus? And leave that letter here. I'd like to take another look at that plate.
Professor, I'm so sorry to bother you. Dr. Hubble is here. He is wanting to show you his latest results.
What? New data already? It's barely been a year. I hope he's more cautious by now. Show him in. Let's see if he's come to his senses, or at least studied my papers.